Hey everyone, good morning, good evening. Welcome to another Good Data Product Journey webinar today about the MCP server and governance for Agentic Analytics. My name is Peter Fedrochko. I'm a field CTO in Good Data and I will be your host today. And today, together with me, we have here my two favorite AI engineers, Chris Bonilla, our senior software engineer, and Honza Pansky, our senior AI solution architect. So before we get into demos, which we have prepared for you today, there are a couple of housekeeping rules. So everyone is muted upon the entry, so no worries that we will hear you. However, you are encouraged and welcome to ask any questions through our Zoom Q&A boxes, and we will try to answer them as soon as possible. We won't be waiting till the end, right? Because we want to keep this interactive. And you will receive a follow-up email with a link to today's recording. So stay tuned. If you haven't met Good Data, just a couple of words, what we are, what we do. We are a one governed AI-enabled analytics platform, both for people and agents. We are serving more than 200 enterprises worldwide and supporting 140,000 global businesses and more than 3.5 million users. And we have been invested by one of the largest funds globally. And we are constantly recognized by analysts, customers, and periodically winning multiple awards. So that's about Good Data. What we are going to discuss today, we will start with a demo about the MCP server that will be done by Chris. Then we'll have a brief discussion. Then we'll continue with the demo of our new agentic analyst done by Jan. And then I'll just give you a brief sneak peek into what we are preparing and what's coming next in April. And we will end up with a Q&A. So let's do it. Chris, welcome. I hope you are doing well, and I hope that you will share a very engaging and interesting demo of the MCP server with us. So, screen is yours.
All right. Thank you, Peter, for the intro, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I will share my screen in one sec. Just bear with me. The first thing I want to start off with is demonstrating how you can use the MCP server to go from discovery or understanding to actually building and monitoring what you have in the analytics platform. So what I've done here is I've already gone ahead and set up a connection to the GoodData MCP server, and we will walk through some exploration first. So let's say we want to find out what dashboards and metrics we have in our workspace. So we go and send it off, and let's watch as Claude starts working on this. So we can see that it's already starting to list the workspace dashboards and then goes to the metrics as we requested. And all of this, by the way, is scoped specifically to the workspace that you connect to. So the MCP is only able to access one, what is in that workspace, and two, what is accessible to that user. So it's a controlled, governed environment, and it cannot get out of this. So you can be sure that it's working in the same manner as if this user were working on it manually as well. And so we can see it's starting to bring back the things. We can see the four dashboards that exist here. And I can actually, sorry, one second. I've lost track of my windows here a bit, but yeah, we can see these are the same four dashboards that I have here in the UI, which Claude is surfacing to me, and then it gives me all the number of metrics and some summary of what they all are. So I now have this, and now I want to know what actual products are we, or product categories do we have here that we're selling? And maybe also in what countries. So let's put that in there and let's see what we get. And while that works, I can again show you from the dashboard. We can see here that the active locations are Canada and the US. And the product categories, I'm not actually, here we go. We have clothing, furniture, audiovisual, and some other ones. And if we come back here, we can see it's again computing the label elements for the dashboard. It's listing the various metrics. And here we see, again, the same categories that we see in this dashboard and the same countries that we saw there as well. So how can we take this a step further and actually build something? Let's say we want to create a new metric. So one thing I noticed is that we don't have something for tracking the revenue growth rate. So let's say create a metric for revenue growth rate uh, measures the percent change in net sales from prior period. And I just saw a question come in, by the way, about how this was set up. And yes, while there is not a connector there in the directory, you can set up the connection using the URL, and there's MCP remote. We can share some more information about that and the documentation after the session.
Yeah, yeah. You just need a URL and a token, and everything is in the documentation. So also we are happy to, point you to a particular URL after the webinar.
Yeah. And so yeah, here we see that we got a new metric created and it is now ready to be used. And just to do one last example of some other nice thing you can do here is, let's say you're working on the data and you realize, hey, you know what? This metric I just set up, I want to get alerted on it, or you have some other KPIs you're exploring and you want to get noticed about it. So I'm ambitious. I want to see the business grow. And so I want to know as soon as we hit 1 million. So let's set up an email alert when net sales exceed 1 million. And so again, it will find the notification channels that we have available. And as I specified email, it'll specifically look for the email type. It'll pull this, it finds that there's one available, and so then it starts creating the metric for this, or the metric alert for this. And so now we have some alert set up with some trigger every time the condition is met that I will get this email. And we can actually see this here in the UI. If we go to automations and we go to alerts, we can see that this is now here. So you can see that all these actions are instant. They are within the workspace, again, that we have connected to, and they are the same actions using the same permissions that I have as a regular user. And now, one thing I want to now shift to is that this is not just about using it within some chat agent, as I just showed, but it's also about building your own agents that can actually automate some workflows for you. And so just a simple example of this, this is using OpenAI's Agent Builder. I've set up this flow where we get some user input. It could be even some webhook or some other thing that kicks this off. And then I have some classifier that is checking to see what type of interaction it is. So I have it broken down by some exploration type thing that goes to our Explorer agent, or if we're actually building something, or if we're monitoring. So the same things I just showed in Claude Desktop, but now as individual agents that leverage the MCP to actually take some actions. So here, for example, we set up some instructions. Again, we're connected to the GoodData MCP. Here you can see the URL. You can't see the full thing here, but this is again scoped to the workspace that I want to work in. I provide the API token and I select specifically which tools I want to use for this. And with that in place, I can then show you how this works. One sec, let me move some things around that are in the way. So again, similarly, we say what metrics and dashboards in my workspace. And here we can see it goes through this route. It gets to the Explorer agent, and this has some specific scope of tools that it can use. And this helps with, for example, concerns of having too many tools, so you can make some very specific agents as far as what and define what they should be doing and limit the tool scope. So here, for example, again, we get the overview of the 4 dashboards we have. We get the metrics again. Here, the styling you can see is a bit different. We're using a different model. But overall, the information you receive is always the same. The format it gets is the same. It does not matter where you're using it. And that's like the beauty of the MCP is that it works wherever you want to plug it in that supports the protocol. And again, we can go ahead and create a revenue growth rate metric. Change. And we can see now it will take the builder path and go to the to create this metric.
That's pretty cool. It's great to see that MCP is not only for, interacting with our agent through a different, chatbot, but you can actually integrate it into a workflow engine. And what I found the most interesting is it's not obviously using just the one MCP server, but when you start thinking about combining multiple servers together and multiple tools, and then you can actually automate your marketing campaigns or financial planning and the whole processes, right? Because these agents and these workflows will have access to all of these tools, so they can tap into a data, they can tap into your context that sits within the data, and then they also call other tools. And hey, Chris, we have one more question from Suhail about what is the context that this integration gets? Is it aware of the complete logical data model? I assume yes, but maybe you share
Yes.
more with us.
Yeah, so there are actually tools that the MCP provides where you can check the whole LDM. You can even construct an LDM as well and prepare it and review it for deployment. So all those tools are built into the MCP.
Awesome. Awesome.
And so, yeah, with that, I will pass it back to you, Peter.
Yeah, and I had one question about MCP. I was reading a couple of articles recently. Is MCP dead already? Is it a dead technology? Because I have seen, I'm reading a lot about the AI, and I have seen those videos about MCP is dead and why MCP is dead, and yeah, and then also some articles, and there was even a funeral made already for MCP. So I don't know, guys, what do you think about it, Honza, Chris? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
launch something that is already dead, or how do you see the future of MCP?
Yeah, hi, by the way, thanks for having me. Yeah, that's actually a fair point because there is a lot of noise online right now about whether MCP is dead. So because we hear it from customers also that many people are basically saying that if every vendor supports MCP, then it can become a standard part of the stack. But the big question is whether AI actually can execute with the right definitions, right permissions, right context, and controls. So, yeah, so the question is what makes the MCP server useful in production? And maybe Chris, you can answer that.
Yeah, Hansa is right. These are real questions, and I've seen all this noise that Peter was sharing as well about let's get away from the MCP and let's just focus on CLI and these context bloat issues, but overall, what I see is not an issue with MCP and the protocol itself, but rather the architecture around it. And so that's what we really focus on here at GoodData and try to design the tools and the server itself as well so that it actually fits and that you don't have to worry about these concerns as well. Because, for example, with like the concern about the CLI, there's actually methods and ways that you can now, from the MCP server, generate automatically a CLI and use that if that's really what you want to choose to use. And honestly, the CLI, maybe for like someone doing some manual work, that makes sense. But what we just saw when you're talking about some automated workflows, you need something that is interoperable, that makes sense for the LLM and works in various different contexts for different models and provides the right information at the right time.
Okay, so it's about the governance because you can, on a granular level, allow the tools. If the agent prefers to work with the CLI, the MCP, we should be able to also provide this functionality and so on and so on. Cool. So hopefully it's not dead and it's just another noise that as we see with AI every week. Cool. Honza, what do you have for us? You wanted to show us the new
Yes,
agentic assistant
definitely.
and
Actually, we have some other question from the audience regarding today's, so maybe we can just quickly answer. Because from the security perspective, MCP introduces a new attack surface. Yeah, so I think like the good data MCP itself, like uh, if you know how this is scoped in GoodData is basically the agent is scoped in a specific workspace, so it uses the same permissions and it respects the workspace and the user data filter. So yeah, but we can provide more information on that, I think, after the webinar. Okay, and then yeah, Peter, I will start sharing. What I want to show is actually the AI assistant. So I will show another AI interface. I am in a GoodData governed workspace populated with e-commerce data and with the AI assistant enabled. So I will just enable it here, and I will run through a scenario similar to what Chris did, but I will do a specific thing. So I will just copy paste the question here. And so the first question is, I'm basically asking uh, the assistant, because I have some goal, some task defined, and I'm asking the assistant to choose the right skills for the task. So it also answers the security issues that the users might have. So, based on the query, uh, the AI assistant actually chooses the skills that should be used for that particular task. So it does not carry all the context all the time. It can activate the right capability when needed, right? So you can see it actually gives me the explanations about what it will actually use as the skills. So I will go ahead and I will ask, create me a metric called net sales per order. So this is something, okay, so I want to create a new metric. I'm not sure if we have it created already in GoodData. And you can see that it actually goes into the semantic model and actually looks if there is some similar metrics related to net sales per order. And you can actually see that I found this metric already existing in your workspace. So do you want me to create a copy, or should I use this one? And again, this is some mechanism to prevent like doing unnecessary duplicates. So this is the human in the loop um, presented here. So I can just go ahead and say use the existing one. So now we just continue. Okay, let's approve it, and then I will ask. Okay, I want to visualize it as a monthly trend for the last 12 months because I want to investigate if there are any issues happening or some changes in the periods of data. So let's wait for that. You can see that it actually was searching for some tool and some skill to be able to create this visualization for me. And yeah, okay, I can go ahead and I can see there is some, difference between months of January and February. So I can go ahead and ask a specific question. Why did it change in the last 3 months versus the previous 3 months? So this is a question again for another skill that we have developed, and it's actually this is actually where it becomes agentic, because it doesn't stop at the chart. It looks at the result. It gets more context, compare periods, finds likely drivers, and then explains the change. Right. So it actually triggered the so-called key driver analysis. It should also return the explanation. And so the looping behind is actually simple. So it understands the goal, it chooses the right skill, it brings the right context, take an action and check the results. And yeah, then it can continue if needed. Okay, and created more than one. This is not intended, but let's see the results here. Okay, so it's already here. And this is actually the out-of-the-box feature of GoodData. So we can actually go ahead and analyze the attribute key drivers for that particular metric. And if we go back, we can see some reasoning behind. So we have some textual explanation of what happened. So this could be quite interesting here. Yeah, and that's basically what I wanted to demonstrate here. I can like do the last thing and ask like what should I do next? What follow-up analysis do you recommend? And it can give me some recommendations. So it is not really strict and scoped with some boundaries set, but it can actually do more for me. Yeah, so it gives actually some recommendations for me. All right, so this was everything for me. Thank you, and I will stop sharing and pass it over to you again for sharing.
Thank you, Hansa. This is pretty cool. So what's new about this agentic? What's new about this agentic assistant? How is it better than the previous one? And what is this concept of skills? I'm very curious. Can we stay on this for a minute?
Yeah, definitely. So the new assistant is not just a chat, right? So it is designed to work as a controlled and explainable system. So it is agentic because it can solve multi-step analytical tasks,
Mm-hmm.
not just answer one question and that's it. So it can take a step, check the result, and continue. It is also composable. So because we do not put everything in one large assistant, we use focus skill and can be activated when needed. It is also controlled because we applied guardrails across the whole execution loop from input to action to output. And it is also governed because every step is visible, scoped, and auditable. That makes it trustworthy and usable in production.
Okay, so it's really thinking about the question you ask and how it should activate a different skills that it has its own disposal. And because it has
Yeah.
only the scope of the skills, it's also controlled because it cannot go beyond the scope of the skills that it was allowed to do. And
Yeah.
as you are seeing, as you can expand this thinking, then you can actually see like individual steps. So what skills were activated, what tools were used, right? So it's also you have also a full
Yes.
visibility to what was doing. That's very cool. I'm I'm mostly excited about the skills, right? Because this is a concept that Anthropic was introducing late last year, and this is really a beautiful way, how to build agents, mostly because when we look here, it's a single source of definition how the capability should be executed, right? So you can have a multiple agents, and if they have the same skill, they will all behave the same, right?
Yes.
And it's also extensible, right? Because you have a one agent that can start with the 15 skills. And then by adding 15 more, now you have an agent that has twice the capabilities as the original one without changing anything else, without rewriting a line of code, right? You also have this governance because you can select what skills different agents can have, right? And you also have this control of the cost because as we know, right, one of the big problem with agents is as you make them more capable, your context window and your prompt size is growing, and then you're sending more tokens into the LLM, which is costing you more. But since you're introducing these skills, you are literally shrinking down the system prompt. You're only saying you have these skills at your disposal, and then agent can decide how to activate in every conversation only the skills that they really need, right? Which is a nice concept. And we promised you at the end, this was really good demo, that we also show you some sneak peek, what's coming next. And so obviously one of the things that we are working on heavily right now is bringing more and more skills into our agentic assistant, everything from metric development to creation of the logical data model, querying data, as you have seen today, demoed by Chris, running key driver analysis, researching documents, preparing plans, writing summaries, detecting anomalies, routing questions to different sub-agents, and many, many more. And what we will be launching in April, and this is really a sneak peek, is something we call an AI Hub. And this will be a single place for all of our AI functionality, not only the agents, but all the AI knowledge tooling that, where we enable you to bring the documents, AI memory for all of your rules and instructions, configuration of all of your LLM providers, the full observability, right? But what I'm most excited about are the agents, right? Because you will be able to create the multiple agents just by defining what kind of skills they should possess, what should be their personality, what is the scope of the knowledge they will have, and what is the scope of the users that can access this agent, right? And it's not only about selecting from existing skills that GoodData offers, but every single customer and prospect, what we hear today, these days, is that they want to start codifying the skills and bringing them into these agents where the analytics happen, so they can extend the capabilities of these agents. So I'm very excited about what we'll be launching in April. But before we say goodbye, we are almost on time. We have two more questions here. Oh, we have three more questions here. So the one question is about, are there any automations to create dashboards? And I'll take this one. This is the beauty of as a code, right? GoodData has been analytics as a code for a long time. And this has been perceived as some kind of underdog, right, for developers. But now when you think about, coding agents and AI, and what is one of the best use cases and what is AI best at is a coding, right? So what you have seen today is our consumer MCP, right? MCP server dedicated to consumer who wants to work with the GoodData. We also have a producer MCP, which you can bring into your favorite IDE where you are developing dashboards, analytics, and visualizations as code, right? And this MCP server with our, IDE extensions will help you, just prompt your coding agents to develop everything from a metrics, to visualizations, to automations, to the data model. So that's something that we can actually, take a look at one of our next webinars, because it's a pretty cool feature for the producers of the analytics.
Yeah, that's actually great. Just one note to that. As a part of the MCP server, we actually have the skill to retrieve the full analytics model of a workspace, including dashboards and visualizations. So it could be handled in some way to, create really a custom builder to the customer needs.
Yes, we have another question about, can we work with this in a UI tool like Claude Code? Can I install the MCP server there? Yes, obviously. One of the things that Chris was showing today was the bringing MCP server into a Claude desktop. So just by going to our MCP URL and bringing your token, you can very quickly point Claude Code or other IDEs or other chat apps or agentic workflows apps into GoodData and start let the agents start working with the GoodData MCP. And we have one more question from Manuel, which is hard for me to answer. How can we prevent period overlapping when using for previous? So I'm not sure if Honza, you want to take on this, or we'll just help.
Yeah, I guess we'll iterate later because it's
We'll,
related to MAQL metric, right? Or MAQL building for
so
previous periods. Yeah.
yeah, so
Maybe
Manuel,
just one note on that, though, that it is possible that the consumer MCP can help with this, as it has a built-in MAQL guide, which is one of the things that we have these curated guides in there, and this really helps. We found the LLM in constructing things when working with MAQL or needing some knowledge about how to work with our LDM.
Cool. Manuel, so we are thinking about you. We'll point you to a proper place in our documentation, or you can try our MCP server and, maybe our agent will help you with this question. Cool. Chris, Jan, thanks for your demos today. I know that it's always hard to do the live demos, but I enjoyed them a lot, and I think they were really interesting. Thank you to all of our attendees today. My name was Peter Fedorochko. I was, here uh, serving you today with Chris and Jan. If you want to get more information about the GoodData, what's new with the GoodData, what are the events where you can meet us, follow us on LinkedIn, and have a good day, have a good night. Thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.